Yo, dog, Kenny Boucher here, Next Level Painting, hitting you up on the literal best of all days, coming to you with a painting tutorial / product review, Dungeons and Lasers loot box demo. We're going to take a look at this pre-Kickstarter terrain set. It's modular, it's fresh, they sent me a bunch to look at, and now all this dungeon terrain stuff is the rage right now, but I haven't seen one quite like this that kind of marries the dungeons and the lasers. So I've gotten a few questions on how to paint some of the laser sections of these terrain pieces, aka the alien sections. Look at all this stuff. It's all modular, it all snaps together. Yo, I'm excited to get all this put together, but today we're going to be focusing in on specifically an alien section of the terrain. This piece right here, not that side, but this side. I'm going to show you a couple new products. We're going to keep it going right here. We got Mr. Hobby, a Crisian. We're going to be using their cobalt and their purple, and maybe some of their white. They also have their own flow aid for airbrushes. So we're going to take a look at all this. No one's paying me, guys. My product reviews are always just straight up my opinion. These guys send me the stuff. I look at them. If I like them, I'll tell you I like them. If I don't, I'll tell you I don't like them. So we're going to load it down. These are gloss, okay? These are a gloss paint acrylic. You have to thin them down with something to go through the airbrush. They provided that for me, and I'm just trying it out. I'm going on super thin here, messing around with my Creos airbrush, the control valve on it, trying to see what I like here. I'm getting pretty decent stick considering how thin the paint is. Now, I do want to work it up to kind of a shiny, kind of glossy alien vibe. I want to go with a minimalistic approach here. This is terrain. I've got dozens of pieces here. I don't want to waste too much time on it, but I do want the terrain to look beautiful. So we're going to lay down a really dark cobalt base coat over this black, and it's going to be kind of shiny, which I like for that alien vibe, but also I want to introduce maybe a wash. So here we go. We're going to throw a little purple in the mix, and we're going to start beginning our transitions. These bottles, the only thing I don't like for airbrushing, I got to kind of get dollops of paint out of it with the paintbrush, you know, but if I put them in the dropper bottles, it'd be fine. But overall, it's a really high quality glass bottle. So we're going to start just a basic top-down highlight here from the top. Move it upside down, whatever it takes, man. You know, we're not going to overthink it. It is just terrain, so you can get away with a little bit more broad strokes on terrain, but we're getting a nice, solid transition. It's staying shiny, which I like. We're going to just keep building up some of that highlight toward the top. We might even start introducing other colors here in a second. I've never used these paints before. They are acrylic based. They are glossy. So just know that going into them, they might not be right for every project, but I'm finding them to be amazing for this. I'm sure they're great for like model cars and other things. So I'm just trying to make it work for, you know, hobby. So we're going to drop some white into the pot, whiten up the purple cobalt mix, thin it down with a little bit of this Mr. Hobby airbrush flow improver. And we're going to do the gangster gumbo, and we're going to engage, and we're going to do this top down highlight and really start popping it out. And you see it's drying to a nice, no, not over the top shiny, but it's shiny, which means we get this bonus add-on free gloss varnish for any wash tech we want to do. So I'm gonna do a nice aggressive spot highlight, mixed in color marriage. I like it. It's looking very alien. It's got that nice purple sheen to it. It's got some of the black still poking through. If my whole Dungeons and Lasers alien sections look like this, I'd be super happy. But as with any paint, you know, don't be afraid to do a second pass, a third pass. If you're keeping it thin, these coats are very transparent. They're not going to be opaque. Now we're approaching opacity by doing several thin coats, but it's never truly going to be opaque if you're doing it right. Just be subtle, take your time. I'm getting no grain, no speckling. These paints are, you know, for having only used them once as of this video, they're really good. They're very high quality. They're gloss. Like I said, it's gonna be hard to use them. Perfect for this, but I can't knock the quality. The quality is incredible. Now here's something that's quality. Mr. Hobby multi-black oil wash right over the gloss varnish using a little bit of their proprietary solvent. And I'm just going to let it go into the crevices. The gloss nature of this paint is really going to help break up the surface tension so we can maximize that wash. I'm going to just very subtly go through every possible shadow area on this piece. You can really thin the oil wash down with their solvent, which is oil based, and do some incredible stuff even over these bright colors without distorting any of the airbrushing. And we're already getting a really interesting look here. We're getting more drama, more contrast. It's looking good. It's not muddying up these beautiful airbrush transitions. You can put it right over the white even. It'll look amazing. So just keep piling it on. If you put too much on one section, just dip in, grab a little bit more of the solvent. Use your paintbrush like a sponge, just remove it. The subtraction method, a little bit of editing can always take place. You got lots of time to work these oil washes, especially over something glossy. I'm really into this alien vibe now, especially since we're darkening some of the crevices, creating some staining. But for the most part, I'm just trying to increase the shadow lines with some pin washing. Even if it gets a little bit on the flat areas, I know I can still fix it with even the paintbrush. Don't need a cotton swab, but you can use a cotton swab. We're going to accelerate the pace here, show you what I'm doing. At first I was just going to do the lines. Then I decided to start just adding it everywhere. Subtract it as I go. Build it up where the shadows look good, make it look tight. Really love this Mr. Hobby Multi-Black. We've used it in many videos before. I can't say enough good things about him. Big shout out to our sponsors during this video, Spray Gunner and Dungeons and Lasers. These guys dropped some amazing products off on our laps today. Feeling it. Building up these shadows. It's incredible. Multi-black over gloss. I've never had an opportunity to do this yet. I haven't actually had a free moment here in the Beats Lab to throw a little gloss varnish down on a model to even test its practical application. But here it is. It looks beautiful. Great job. Mr. Hobby bringing that advanced technology. Dungeons and Lasers, thank you for showing me what you got with these new terrain sets. Hey guys, before I get out of here, we got a new collection on the Heretic Swag shop. You're not going to want to miss it. We got all these original designs. I've started drawing again, guys. I pulled out pen, paper, Sharpies, started laying it down. Anyway, thanks for checking out this video. Play on, players.